Jesus Christ.
We did, I don't want to say we witnessed an assault on an electronic device.
Fuck you!
But it maybe something like that might have happened.
It's kind of like my Honda CRV that I just fucking drove till it broke. And then I just left it in the driveway, and I was glad I never had to fucking deal with it again. I'm going to leave this computer in the driveway. Because it's just, it's just every fucking little thing. It's like, I don't know. I tried to order tickets the other day. What's your password? I don't know, man. And then it's like, don't fuck with me. Just give me what I want. And then it's like, change your password. And then you got to go to that. You got to go find, here, type in this code. And now I'm being asked to join Microsoft on my computer so I can get back into where I was through my email. It's like, what's your Microsoft password? I'm not even sure I'm a member of Microsoft. So I'm just fucking done with that. This piece of fucking shit computer that I'm not on anymore. I got all the camera, the microphone, it's all set up, and it's a nice picture and everything. It weighs about 30 pounds, and it fucks. And it's 30 pounds of just anger-inducing fucking metal, or whatever it is. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't smoke weed because I wanted to get the technical shit done. Then the technical shit falls apart, and now my neighbor thinks I'm a hothead because I yelled a bunch of shit out the back door.
And if you're done with that computer, don't overlook one of the joys of gun ownership, which is taking that computer out. You don't want somebody else to find all your shit that you don't know is even on that computer. So take that out somewhere and just blow the shit out of it with your pistol.
Well, I have maybe half a dozen laptops that fucking died or burned out that I've kept in. But Andy already fucking used the shotgun opening. My idea was to just fucking shoot like a shotgun blast to all these fucking laptops as like just have some social media fucking on like. Screened onto each one, TikTok, Twitter, and just bam.
I don't think those two things are related or derivative at all. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I have a fucking lifetime's worth of fucking busted laptops.
I have a whole lot of ammunition.
Execution style.
I figured out the other day that I've been now that I'm starting to listen to my radios. I think I've just become a prepper, except it's just on a different level. Where the only thing I've hoarded are guns and ammo and radios. So at the end, it's like I don't really want to survive. I just want to have a bunch of fun right at the beginning when that's all lawless.
Yeah, it'd be hard to ration. I don't have very many bullets.
Corkscrew.
But
I got it.
Be very hard to prioritize them with some sort of complete meltdown in society or whatever. I'd be like, I'd be like undersupplied in bullets.
I don't want to brag, but if something were to go down and somebody counted my bullets, it might make the news.
Yeah. I got a quick question for you, Chad. Do clips come preloaded?
No.
Fuck, man. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, you don't want to go fucking ballistic on a clip like you just did with your other computer and start smashing it against things.
You don't see that like John Wick's like fucking sitting in his room loading all those things. It just looks like
but they do have things that are called speed loaders, but you have to load the speed loader. But
Hobo Danny would know that one.
God.
And then you can just rack your magazines full with a speed loader. I've never been into
I got the cork out. God damn it, I had my hair perfect.
I'm fucking so high. I thought that was real and was confused so bad for a second.
We should have opened with that.
God damn it.
That's
I
a lot
had my
happier.
hair lovely. Oh, we are recording. Remember when I clapped
That's
my
so much
hands?
better than technical problems.
Honey, fix my hair. I had it in a nice swoop.
Make it smooth.
No, it had a nice swoop.
I know.
But it was going
terrible.
the other
That's
way.
terrible.
It's going the other way, but I'm seeing
No,
it.
you're gonna change
There
your
you go.
ways.
No, that's
change
it.
change your ways.
Yeah, oh, sorry. This
Yeah, there you go, baby.
one. Sorry, I'm looking at it backwards.
Mwah.
Okay, show him your.
Come on.
Show him your shirt.
My shit. Wait, here. Oh, I'm going this way. Oh, wait, this is bad.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking
I hate
confusing.
looking at a camera.
Wait, oh, wait. God damn it. There we go. Can you read it?
I can't read it because you're behind the screen.
It says, "My boyfriend ruined the man show."
Oh, cool. Yeah.
There. These wine glasses.
I'm drinking weed because I might have a place I need to run off, do a couple of things. So I'm just being responsible and sober by
Ew.
drinking weed in the afternoon.
Oh, that's right. We have to fly out tomorrow early.
Yeah.
Well, we have to fly early. You don't.
Yeah. But I still got a bunch of shit to do. So yeah, that's the thing I like about drugs.
I thought we were
So,
agreed. Like last time we podcast like this, the Australian said, "Oh, we had to spend forever editing out your crickets because your crickets only came through like when you were talking and then not." So I was ready to address the crickets. Like fuck them. Like just if we explain to them, the one guy that will always invariably complain about the audio. You know what? Fuck you. And he has to wait till his wife goes to work. I mean, to church. I always say work, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, it is work because you have to put in a certain number of hours or you don't go to heaven.
What I was going to do is just put on, I guarantee you there's a YouTube channel that's ambient, just cricket noises. So we could have crickets here and you can have crickets there.
Just create a cricket noise floor. That's fucking great.
Yeah. And then and instead you're now in a toilet with your cat.
Yeah, I've never seen any in the bathroom before. I'm glad that you've zoomed back because for a little while I thought you were in like a murder room with like just plastic on the walls.
I'm on my device, so I can go. I'm not trapped. That's one good thing. I'm not stuck here. I need to leave.
We want to keep the viewers engaged throughout in case there's a shower scene.
Yeah. Well, it'll be more of a bath scene. I have thought about doing just sitting in the tub and doing this.
Why is that computer plugged in?
It was.
It's only fair to set it up so the computer can fight back.
What are you drinking?
Yeah.
Metamucil and root beer?
No, it's 100 milligram weed drink.
Oh, that's right. You did say that while I was
cream
fixing
soda.
my hair. That's still not right.
But I can't just guzzle it down because that's a lot of weed.
It looks like they put that weed in an old Yoo-hoo from the trunk of a car. It doesn't look appetizing at all.
It's not delicious. But it's 100 milligrams. So what are you gonna do?
That's what I told Jenny when she said, "Well, take the weed back if it bothers you so much." And I said, "No." I said, it works. The effect on my head is the part I'm looking for, and I probably should. Medicine's not fucking supposed to taste good. Stop being such a pussy about your medicine, and then maybe you wouldn't be high all the fucking time.
Speaking of, I don't know if I told you, Andy. We will take Xanax and or Benadryl to sleep, and then I found out Benadryl is like known to lead to dementia. And causes like crossover brain bleedy shit.
Really?
So then when we were de-hoarding in the bathroom, we found a cough syrup, two bottles, and she goes, "Do we keep these?" Bingo. And I go, "Well, let me look." And one says non-drowsy formula. Chuck that out. And NyQuil. Yeah, I could take a shot of NyQuil instead of a Benadryl. NyQuil can't hurt your brain.
Surely that's good. When I was in like junior high or younger, in the trailer park, there was a kid who would go over and steal bottles of cough syrup, Robitussin, NyQuil and stuff, and then we would just get fucked up, just sit in the trailer park.
You
and
evidently
drink it.
trip, right?
I just remember getting fucking fucked up.
Because my brother, when they were in the Marine Corps, when he was in the Marine Corps, they called themselves their fucking whatever. Their cell, the Robo Raiders, and they would just all get fucked up. But they said if you drink enough of it, it borders on like an LSD trip.
I just knew that maybe in the 6th grade I was the only one of the group like going, if you're stealing it, why don't you just steal alcohol? We're not. It's like this is something you do because it's in your fucking parents' closet. If you're gonna go shoplift, just shoplift whiskey, you fucking idiot. This stuff is disgusting.
Isn't that the parable about if you steal a loaf of bread to feed your family? Okay, but you're stealing flour, baking soda. Just steal the bread. Don't steal the ingredients.
You know how much nicer it would be to throw up some fucking whiskey instead of cough syrup? That's horrible.
That's what my grandma was an alcoholic, and she quit drinking, but she drank tons of cough syrup.
Yeah,
like she just got off cheap wine and switched to Robitussin because she said she had a chronic cough from smoking, but she didn't smoke anymore. But she drank cough syrup fucking, you know.
Mother did too. In fact, that's a line I think from Sicko was you're not going to cure fucking lung cancer with dollar store Robitussin. But when we cleared out her hoard, she had them like hidden like the classic alcoholic stories, little Tupperware things, dollar store Tupperware things full of fucking cough syrup, labeled. Like if you had to hide shit from your, family, from your son. Now she didn't have friends or family; she had me. But if you have to hide it from me,
and she was only hiding it from herself because you wouldn't have gone over there and gone, "All right, Mom, if I catch you with any more cough syrup, you're going to go into a home."
She might have just been hiding it in case she ran out. Jenny just found some like fucking 15-year-old weed that she had hidden back when I would run out of weed when it was harder to come by. She would hide it so that when here's some weed.
She didn't have to label it with masking tape. Weed. So I didn't want to think it was oregano and put it in the spaghetti sauce when the in-laws are coming. Do you ever have your family come by your house?
No.
When's the last time you had any of your brothers by your house?
It's been quite a while. I mean, my brother David would come by occasionally, he's 2 hours away, but on his way to Portland. But just him. If any of my other... Well, I can't envision Larry propelling himself here, but if I saw either of my other brothers at the door through a peephole, I wouldn't answer it.
I have to tell you, I'm very happy to hear that Larry's still kicking because I have wondered a little bit. I used to get Larry updates often, and you didn't realize how you get addicted to something until it's taken away. I don't know what the fuck happens to Larry anymore.
His dog's close to dead. He's going to outlive another. He got he went to go get a dog, and then they didn't want. He was too fucking weird for the program. They didn't want to give him a dog. Then my brother David went in there and gave him. He said I shamed him into giving them a dog, but the dog they gave Larry was a dick. He gets along good with Larry, but
this one's gonna die.
It bites. and it's just it's a real piece of shit dog. Like it's like I'll reluctantly be around it, but I'd rather it's just a little fucking bitey thing, but it's getting sick and dying. It saved Larry's life because he's like Larry lived in a hoard. I mean, he still does, but it was like his bed was both, like you said, your mom would hide shit. Both sides of his bed were as thick as you could jam candy wrappers down, like thousands of candy wrappers, both sides of his bed. And then on the headboard, there was all the blunts and shit. On the you could see burnt floorboards, burnt bedding. And that dog woke him up from a fire. I was like, God damn it, it was a perfect ending for both of them. And the fucking dog intervened. But yeah, he's alive. I saw him, I don't know, 10 days ago or so, and he was alive.
Has he ever been on issues with Andy?
I think in the background, I always set up and tape him, but it's always just fucking awkward and bad angles. And then there's him in this. He lives in a trailer across from this other guy who has like 3 trailers of hoards. Like he hoards up a trailer and then gets another one and moves into it.
Affluenza.
Yeah. So Larry and Kip are they're 2 old filthy old dudes. Like nobody would ever like. I don't know. It'd be fun to go like hire a fucking stripper or something to go dance for them in their driveway, because they're just 2 end of life wizard looking filthy fucking shit in your pants kind of dudes. I guess it's kind of like it's like an unsupervised nursing home with two guys who would just, like if my brother Larry was in a nursing home, he just doesn't speak right. He can't get through a sentence without cunt or fuck or he likes to throw in ass fucking and in things that have nothing to do with ass fucking. Like,
I think
like he throws out ass fucking like somebody might say God damn.
You should maybe bring a camera down there one of these days when we're off work like we've been.
Oh, dude.
And just start
I'm
recording.
Gonna go see him. I'm going to go see him after San Francisco because, I got a quick 2-day, 3-day trip down to the coast to go see my brothers when I get back from our nearly sold out shows at Cobb's in San Francisco.
Oh, and don't forget to plug Eugene sold out very quickly. The day before, Andy put on a Andy Andrist and Friends with Andy Letterman and what's the other guy's name?
Sandro Locchiolo.
Yes.
He goes by Guido Gargoots on his Facebook, which is really funny skits he does. But it's going to be Andy Anderson Friends. Double shows. They put out 2 shows. I think they can sell them both out. So we'll see. I know you don't like working twice. Yeah. Duncan Trussell. It was a madhouse of people down there. So
he just went to see Duncan Trussell at the place. Olson's Run.
We're there on the 18th, me and Doug, for a sold-out show, and then Andy Letterman, me, Doug, and Sandro and Nikki Davis will be doing just a fun show. That the owner goes, I don't even care if you guys show up all fucked up. It's like, okay, well, that has happened.
Yeah, but we don't care. Does the owner understand we don't care what the owner cares about? We care about the crowd. Like I don't want to go all fucked up and phone in some fucking dog shit show.
Here's what I figured out about him, because I sent him all this stuff to make a poster for the Andy Anderson Friends show, and then they shout out the poster. It was a rehashing of another one with the picture Doug hates of himself, big and bold. He watched one of Guido Gargoots' things and came up with the name Alika, and put that. So it's going to be Andy Anderson friends, Doug Stanhope, Andy Letterman, Sandro, and Alika. And I asked him, who the fuck is Alika? And he goes, I don't know. And then I asked Sandro, and he goes, I think that was the name of a character on one of my skits. So the guy who I'm dealing with is a former LA. He's a comic and an improv actor or improv guy. He's also sober. So I think if you're a sober improv guy, that turns you into a fucking idiot.
All right, we may or may not have agreed to let him do some time.
That was another guy that we're not going to let do time.
Yeah, there's going to be a big change of plans.
Yeah, Annie. Yeah, Anyway, but the owner put together a poster. I hated it. I thought you'd hate it because it was the same pic. The picture the one you hate of yourself. If you do a Google search of Doug Stanhope images, it's the first one that pops up.
Yeah,
So
there's a couple, but I'm pretty sure I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, improv guys just grab whatever's quick and easy and go with it. So he grabbed that fucking. So anyway, I had Gary Lucy reimagine it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not the one I hate the most.
Whatever they put up is on my Facebook algorithm, like every third scroll. So I did not want to see the same poster with the bad pictures of you and Annie. So Gary Lucy came up with that. I like it. It's nothing against Brett Brock's artwork on the other one. It's just that they've used it 3 times for other shit. So anyway, bitch. You guys saw my life-saving. I was going to Trader Joe's, and there was a bird's nest laying upside down. And I could see these like little tiny I saw little tiny bodies under there. It looked like little fucking people. They're like featherless almost. Little pink fucking birds.
Featherless
3
people?
of them. What?
Featherless people they look like?
Andy watches weird fetish
they look
porn.
like little pink babies. And I looked at them, and they're all pathetic and shit. And I scooped them into their nest, did a little remodel. It kind of had some, and it just fell. So I don't know that it was fucked up before, but I redid the nest, put it in the shade.
Redid the nest?
Did you look up what kind of birds they were, Andy?
Somebody suggested they might be sparrows, so I went with that.
Yeah. I thought they might be too, based on the fact that I've taken a pole saw and just ripped down 3 sparrows' nests this year and beat those little fuckers to death with the end of it. They're horrible, invasive fucking birds.
This podcast brought to you by PETA, the people for the ethical treatment of animals.
Oh, speaking of which, get the Merlin app. There's a good ad for birds.
Actually, Chad,
listen to a bird, it'll tell you what it is.
Hang on. Andy described these birds to me.
They were eagles.
Hang on. They're bald eagles, yeah. No, he said, I think they're the kind of birds that eat French fries out of McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably have bad intentions, but they were vulnerable. And I went into the Trader Joe's, got my shit, and then nobody else had picked them up. They were still sitting there.
What kind of world are we living in?
I loaded them up in the car, and I took them home, and then kept the cat away from them. That was a problem. But they were all fucking there. They started opening their little mouths and shit. So then I drove to a place, and I got worms for them. I tried digging for worms.
Seemed like an ideal time for a nature jack.
They would have greedily taken it down. I don't know. Because I know that because I started feeding it. I got these little tiny worms, and then I would cut them up, and then I would feed all 3 of them. And then they started peeping, and it was, we got to be pretty good friends over. I got fucked up with them. I had 3 or 4 skinny margaritas or chargaritas while being in charge of the birds. But then the next day I called up a place that it's the Raptor Center in Eugene. It's kind of famous, but they take in, raptors like eagles and birds that Chad might not murder, owls and shit. And then I pulled in there, and I deal with a lot of the trans community a lot. Because I opened the thing and I said, "Hey," and to a lady in a volunteer shirt, and this lady came in and goes, "Oh my!" and he took the birds, and she said, "God damn it!" She said she was clearly a female. I mean, okay.
We understand how it
pretty
works.
tall definitely whatever she identifies as a female. I don't mean to sidetrack it with that, but she took the birds in and said that they would get veterinary care and would be taken care of. But I also know it's the Raptor Center, which would be kind of funny if they took them and just released them in with owls.
Well, they definitely did that, Andy. The veterinary care was to make sure they didn't have any mites or anything that would transfer to their raptors when they fed them to them as snacks.
I thought you were going to say that they gave them the surgery to trans them into being a raptor.
Oh,
You're not a natural born raptor, are you? It's a different day and age.
She identified as helpful because up until that point, I was. I don't know if you've ever mothered a bird, but it's a lot of responsibility, and they get hungry a lot, and you got to feed them, and then they would just shit right in the nest. Like right in, and then I would have to pluck the shit off of them. So if they, at some point, my plan B, Chad, was not far off from yours. My plan B was to wrap them up in a plastic bag and just leave them so they would suffocate to death rather than being cooked.
God damn!
Slowly.
That's pretty fucking evil. I didn't want to come off as. I feel like I may have came off as anti-bird earlier when I talked about beating baby birds to death with a pole saw. But
it's Saw 5. The baby bird has to peck off its own leg to escape.
These sparrows are so invasive. The Game and Fish Department says they're invasive. It says eradicate them. But this year I have more birds than ever because I have a Red Ryder BB gun and I just pick off sparrows all the time.
Wow, man.
And I've tore down 3 nests and I'm on a sparrow destroying mission this year. And I have like 6 of these birds that look like cardinals, but they're gray with like a little bit of red tinge. They're beautiful. They're called Pyroluxia. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But I have one that flies over and comes on my porch and talks to me every day. I have to come, if I'm not already outside, I'll come outside and whistle with it. Like 30 minutes, we'll just whistle back and forth to each other.
So when you say you have an app that can detect what bird it is, when you're murdering sparrows, can you hear their last words, their cries for help? I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting.
And then I play it like bait for other sparrows to come in and help them. And I pick those off. Open sights, 20 yards with a Red Ryder BB gun.
I know what.
Screaming what's his internal soundtrack of, you fucking pigs, you'll not take me alive.
I got yellow warblers. My hummingbird laid 2 clutches again of 2 hummingbirds directly on my front porch. I watched them that 2nd year in a row. So I'm into birds.
A hummingbird, a gaggle of hummingbirds is known as a clutch, which is also Andy's nickname in the carnival.
Clutch. Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's a good point, Doug.
Oh God!
She is updated like 4 times now since our last conversation, sending me messages with helpful information about how we can make the carnival work and add square dancing or line dancing.
Oh man!
Oh my! God.
We could totally Windy City heat her.
We already are.
3 of us in a convertible, and her pitching ideas, and like Nathan for you or whatever. We do this whole elaborate world that is with Judith as the dupe, as our rube.
That would be fun. That would be fun to do.
Deep.
I know. I was thinking about ways we could do this in Vegas, where like, or at least film stuff in Vegas with the crowd in on it. Thank you for coming to the final night of the carnival. They made me the ringmaster because the ringmaster unfortunately passed away, choked to death on a pollywog. And then have the crowd all fucking applaud and
Oh my God.
Stanhope, Stanhope, Stanhope.
I was thinking you could get a hold of her from Las Vegas and then, hey, we've hit it big. With a big carnival has found us. We want you, Judith. You the idea person. We've shared them, but we didn't want to take credit for all your ideas. They want to fly you first class right away here to Las Vegas and join the team.
Yeah.
Wait, you can travel with us as the in-house carnival therapist. All we need is a token of $550 for taxes and licensing to pay for all the fucking.
I don't know if you
Better
noticed,
helps.
Judith, but a lot of clowns are depressed. Oh, I've heard that about clowns. They can be actually sad people.
If anyone has not watched, we just have to call them the Judith episodes. Yeah, we're gonna put them when we get. I think if we do one more, a packet of 5, and just release that as its own bundle.
Streaming. I was gonna. We're off the bird subject, but I was gonna say that Ozzy Osbourne must have been a bird lover because did you hear the negative? When somebody dies, there's always some. Well, he was a dick, or he cheated a lot of people. But Ozzy apparently killed 17 cats on, which isn't easy to kill 17 that are loose in the yard, especially on drugs.
I didn't know about the cats, but I thought you were going with the
either.
biting off the head of a bat in a meeting.
No.
That was a dove, I think. I think on stage it was a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was even true, was it? Or
The-
was
the
that
one
a
in the
Marilyn
meeting-
Manson rib thing?
The one where he did it in a meeting with a fucking label was like, I think that's verified because everyone was aghast and I think people like walked out.
My YouTube recommendation music on my way over here while I was drinking my beers on the way over was Ozzy. So I was listening to Black Sabbath and Ozzy all the way over here.
It must be nice to be able to listen to the music you want because I had Hopelessly Devoted to You by Olivia Newton-John from Grease in my head all fucking morning. And for some reason, I was enjoying it, but I did take a little edible. Go ahead, Andy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
shape up.
Well,
You better shape up.
Cause I need a man, and my heart is stuck on you. Do you think we're gayer than John Travolta?
I don't know. You ever see that photo of him kissing that dude on the what do you call the stairs climbing to a plane?
Jetway.
He was mouth to mouth like Lemon Party with the guy on the plane, and that to me told me he was pretty gay.
You know, when I was a kid, we didn't have radio stations where you couldn't get shit there. Unless you had a big antenna.
They had radio in the Depression.
I know, but I'm saying we couldn't get any radio stations. We had a local radio station, but it was always country. And then you had to have some sort of a big antenna to get to Phoenix stations if you wanted to listen to anything other than that one country station. So I was really deprived of variety on music for a long time when I was a kid, and my dad had a little cassette collection that he still has. One was Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and this is fucking rock and roll, this is badass. One was Elton John, Madman Across the Water, and I felt the same way about that one as I did the other one.
That one got Someone Saved My Life Tonight?
I don't think so.
All right.
But it's fucking, there's a glimpse of a madman across the water. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's rock and roll like Black Sabbath. That's like the same fucking thing, man. In my mind, it was, and then later, of course, and I saw, I'm like, holy fuck, that's Elton John? I thought he was fucking rock and roll fucking superstar, which he is, but not.
The fucking Ocho Terrenos across the street on Friday and Saturday night. And he'll text me once he's drunk. You can hear his music blasting across the fucking, and he's building like a fun house that's just completely overdone with, it's like Matt Becker at his prime of hoarding man cave kind of shit. And he has this man cave, but he doesn't have men. He doesn't have, like, no one comes out. So he'll text me and I know it's him. Like, all right, texting me at fucking 10 o'clock at night I can hear the music. And he sent me a picture last night. Hey, it's all coming together of his man cave. And I said, yeah, I know. I just had to crank up my TV to drown out your Elton John because he was playing Daniel, My Brother. That's a party starter.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a man cave classic.
I love the tail in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
There's a cat
right.
fin in the bathtub. Don't go in the bathtub.
She don't like getting in the tub. I have tried. It's a good way to get your dick. It's a good way to get your pecker all scratched up.
Well, that's exactly. I was picturing you taking a bath, trying to bring the cat in there, Andy. I don't know what anybody else was picturing, but that's exactly what I was picturing.
Do you happen to have a print off of that email? All right.
Yeah, I did.
This is why we have the Dirty Deeds page, which, Andy, what we're adding to, segue from your birds and your cat, what we're going to add to the Dirty Deeds page for Patreon folk is Pet Sematary. Because we have the nice headstones for Henry Phillips and Ichabod in the backyard. And there's plenty of other rooms for, sparrows, or whatever you murdered and feel bad about. So we're going to add, you can bury your pet next to fucking the greats like Ichabod and Henry Phillips. And Pet Cemetery. We're branching out.
I might have to dig some of mine up and bring them over.
Oh man, yeah. Well, Mr. Squishles is permanently planted, but Riley is still she's still loose cannon.
Oh, yeah, that is the caveat. We will bury your pet's ashes. We're not burying. Yeah. Don't fucking drive across country like No Offense wants.
You just get live pets dropped off.
Yeah,
you didn't say when. Just whenever it's time.
Comes in dry ice like Omaha steaks, but you're out of town, so it fucking goes bad.
I don't know all the specifics of it, but I know my brother Larry had a pet horse that got disposed of improperly. Like in somebody's driveway, or it was some. I'll have to track that story down because, Hey, Larry, what was the deal with your horse? What'd you do? That put him on course for confess. Like the thing that's great about Larry is everything he's done is probably there's no way he could get put in jail for it now. I mean, all his previous crimes. Now he's too in out. He couldn't, I don't even think he can steal anymore, really.
my favorite Larry story will always have to be, until you come up with a better one, will be when you guys went to get a COVID shot and Larry shit in the sink at the grocery store.
Yeah, he shit in a Walgreens sink. I wasn't there, but my brother David took him in for a shot. And then somehow Larry justified there was a guy using the other one. And so he took a deuce.
Where were we, Andy? Where were we when I talked to you into... It was a bar with a bathroom that just had the toilet and the sink.
I think it was L.A.
No, we wouldn't have done that in L.A.
That's like tapping your foot under the stall in L.A. You're just inviting trouble.
Yeah, that's like a Fort Wayne, Indiana move. But we just waited till someone came in. I was on the toilet and he was sitting with his pants down on the sink. Yeah, that gag
I
gag worked.
I think you said, yeah, it's full, or I said something like, yeah, you'll have to wait.
Do people get scared if they see? Because I try to imagine how I would respond if I went into something like that, and I don't know. I don't know that I'd laugh right then. I would laugh later, but in that moment, I might be freaked the fuck out.
It was the type of bar that has a men's room that has a toilet with a slide lock because there's only one toilet in the bar. It was not. We weren't at the Ritz-Carlton with the shoe shine guy trying to do your shoes while you shit in the sink, asking for a tip. I got this. Let me just read this. This is Noah Fence. You know, like alcoholic. That's he goes.
I focused on so many other ridiculous things. I missed that.
Wanted to say you made my 40th birthday in Philadelphia on June 12th. So now you know Noah Fence's birthday. If you want to send a line.
Happy birthday, Mr. Fence.
The line for the merch was too long, and I regret not waiting and standing in line for hours just to meet you. For hours? Are we Nickelback? Hours.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
People stood in line and didn't seem to mind. We practiced right. That's it. Like, yeah.
I just wrote down that punchline earlier. It's just the basic, but you'll get it. Sorry, I don't know why that came into my head. I'm a little high. Second.
Sorry.
I'm currently working at my dead aunt's nursing home and hospice place to watch old people die, and my job is to take their food orders and serve it to them. This is why we need to do comedy hospice.
And why English teachers need to get paid more.
Oh, don't worry. I'm leaving out the fucking typos. Saying all of that, I recently got into a disagreement with one of the people you thought you'd never had to. My parents. I need a break mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm tapped out. I understand that. I don't think there's a person in the room that hasn't felt emotionally, mentally, physically tapped out. I don't need therapy, not suicidal. Well, good. I'm not going to recommend you to Judith. But I enjoy your podcast, and it's the only thing that helps me make it through the day. There's other ones. I have plenty of content. Stay with me. I have plenty of content and interesting and insane stories that I feel like some of your audience can relate to. Hope to hear from you soon. If you could get me a place or pay for a one-way ticket to Tucson, I'd love to be on the podcast or an evergreen once and again. There for content. There's so many fucking typos in this. I.e. your parents telling you if you get evicted, you can't stay here or at your sister's. So that's it in a nutshell. I'd really enjoy your advice, Andy and Chad, while I'm trying to maintain sanity. Love you. You rocked at Helium. Love the one and only Noah Fence. Like, he's asking for a one-way ticket. And I think I'm going to buy him a ticket using the name Noah Fence. And if you can provide a one-way ticket, how James Inman is that shit?
He doesn't say to where. Oh, no, he does.
He doesn't want to wait in line to meet you, but also has the patience to wait for a fucking one-way ticket under Noah Fence.
What would happen if you ever got one of those emails and it was just like full of great, like you might be able to use this in your act, and then they just hit you with like 10 great premises. You're like, oh fuck, holy fuck.
I fell for that with Becker when he like didn't do comedy anymore, and he gave me some of his jokes, or I asked for them. Well, if you're not doing it, I find out later. Well, someone else did that. Yeah, just stick to your
Slightly
own.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, Inman came down on a one-way ticket saying he was going to sell Vicodin at the party to pay his way out. And of course, I paid his way out. I would love if anyone, how do we find anyone that went to the Inman July 4th shows to see how undersold they were, or at least knows the owner to ask him?
Yeah. Well, there was no Yelps about it, huh?
Well, Erica Rhodes just played the place that we did the thing that I ripped him off. I think it's just called the fucking House of Comedy or Comedy
Comedy Club or
in Kansas City. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I gave him shit about that. So if you type in Comedy Club of Kansas City into Google, you're going to get every comedy club. But you named yours the most generic. Restaurant near me. We should open that restaurant.
Well, the booking that Inman had was on it said like, through the 4th of July. So it's like the second, third, fourth, like I don't think but anyway, he got the coveted weekend of the 4th of July to do comedy in.
Yeah, and they did not do Friday night because it was the 4th of July.
Yeah.
There's no shows then. We looked it up. We really wanted maybe No Offense can go to
what would have been great.
I'll fly you to James Inman's house.
Is to get
You're a field reporter.
It's too big of a prank, but show up at Inman's show with like 30 bald dudes and say they all have cancer. Is the Cancer Make a Wish Foundation?
No, I have cancer. No, I have cancer.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens when we go to Kansas City to see if, because Inman's never not contacted me at least a couple times a month with something.
And you reached out. You left him a message.
Yeah, I left him a message, but he said he was a while back. He was through with Doug and by proxy me, and he used to say I was the only one he could trust, and that gave me the position to put him up on the hangman's stand all the time. It's like, oh really? You trust me? Okay, all right. That's, you never tell somebody I trust you, but none of the other people, because it just tells you can fuck with them. But anyway, I hope there's no ill will. I'll always enjoy James Inman from a distance. I like him much better up close after a while. Yeah.
You know what? And I don't want to just rely on the high thing because they do have notes, but I didn't even notice you did a whole fucking costume change and changed the background.
I didn't notice till you just said it. What the fuck? Andy's a magician now?
Andy, I don't know what you're wearing for San Francisco, but breaking news, people. San Francisco, I'm wearing an unpresented sport coat that I keep. It's sacrosanct. It's black. It's this very textured 70s black. So I'm wearing black with black and white plaid pants, and I have a couple of gorgeous shirt and tie combinations because everything goes with black and white.
Well, now Andy knows what he's going to be wearing.
That's a tuxedo jacket.
It's either, what's that?
You get a tuxedo jacket.
This is, kind of.
We can go matching.
This is a Vegas jacket here.
Yeah.
I can't see this is going to Frisco, but
well,
I don't know.
Skankfest is the jacket I'm worried about because you have to worry about what can I afford to lose with throw up and urine on it. And it ain't going to be mine.
I can't imagine being as, like, it's in New Orleans, so you can't just lay. I mean, not that Vegas is a clean place, but you can't just lay on your face on artificial turf, all tripping on mushrooms for 12 hours in New Orleans. I wouldn't think.
It's not just a crime riddled. It's also corrupt on the police side. It's a very dangerous choice for Skankfest. Vegas, especially downtown, will let a lot of shit slide. Oh, New Orleans, it's a different fucking animal. So expect more arrests.
Yeah, they got it. There's got to be.
Is weed legal? Someone fact check it.
And in Vegas, you just kind of just wander, and it's casino. It's very friendly to people that are drunk and mouthy.
In New Orleans, they probably have bars called pickpockets.
Right now, there's a cop with a wooden stick in New Orleans. It's probably going to be beating the fuck out of a comic with it. It doesn't know it yet.
He's got a little doll of fucking Louis J. Gomez that he pounds on relentlessly in practice.
It's decriminalized.
It's decriminalized. Weed is decriminalized. So bring your own.
Good. Yeah, I know. I'm very happy to be flying into San Francisco. I don't care how many piles of homeless hobo shit I have to step across. As long as you have a weed store open, you have a viable city.
Yeah, we should.
That's the big problem.
I think I've probably said this, but we should book tours that are strictly no fucking Ticketmastery kind of shit. No, weed is illegal in this state. And maybe
abortion.
No corporate.
The woke tour.
God, I wrote some fucking shit last night. Bingo and I had been putting off. I don't know about you, Andy. Like I left you a message last night when I finally pulled out my set list because I've been off work for almost a month. And it's just, I pull out my old set list. And I'm like, fuck. I don't know the nuance and the fucking thing. What's harder for you, Andy? Going back on the road after a layoff and not remembering shit, or the end of, say, a 4-week tour where you're just tired of saying it? You know it. But,
the end is easy because you're just burnt out. You're burnt out and tired and easing. You know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But starting up again, it's like it's like an old lawnmower. It's like you got your fucking mowing shoes on, your mowing pants, and you're ready, and you pull that string and it don't start up, and you keep pulling it. And eventually you're chucking it and going, motherfucking cocksucker.
You're talking about a meth yank.
Yeah, it might just be out of gas. You don't know, but you just keep pulling till you're. That's how. I don't know if the mower's going to start up in San Francisco. I hope so, but fuck, all I can do is show up with the right shoes on and give it a yank.
You can clean the carb a little bit on your way, Andy.
Yeah, all that shit, I don't know how to do any of that shit. And if it don't work, I can't fix it. But if it works, I can, I can. Well, even if it sort of works, I can plow through the tall grass, bog it out.
Well, last night,
ever do that?
Bingo sat down with me, and I'm like, I'm calling people. I called Chad. I go, I could have texted you this, but I'm trying to write his set, and that wouldn't have been enough distraction to just text. So I thought we'd chat for a while, and we did. But then Bingo came in, and I just writing down some new premises, and I was high, and so it's just fucking. And I'm like, she's like, write that down. I'm like, I can't write down. This is a whole train of thought. Like, I got a whole bit right here, and there's no way to write down a whole bit. But, yes.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm going to have to do like an edible tour with a warning. Listen, in my head, when I wrote this, I saw you specifically laughing. And now you're checking your phone, and it's fucking me all up. I had that seat in mind. You were clapping at everything to the point I had to say, "Hey, tone it down, lady."
Yeah. Yeah. You ever have those work dreams where you're on stage and people are staring at you and you ain't got nothing to say?
All the time. That's become
Jesus, man.
my most common dream now. I've always had it. My most common dream was always being pursued by the police or being put in jail or. But now, it's definitely it was a festival and I couldn't remember my act and no one was in the audience, but they wanted me to perform anyway kind of shit.
Yeah. I had that and then the fall. Have you ever fallen awake like you like Wile E. Coyote?
No,
you're just like falling off a cliff and then you wake up. God damn it. That's a nice landing.
I've learned to fly in those situations.
Right.
I'm really good at that part of the dream. But the jerking awake is like on an airplane where you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was in your lap. Did I drool in your crotch? You're wearing khakis. That's going to be very embarrassing. Let's trade pants in the bathroom. And now I'm asked to get off the plane.
All could have been saved by wearing a mask.
We're still at the gate? Sorry. I fell asleep in your lap.
Can I get a vodka soda?
You're in coach. Yeah, but I'm also having to leave. I do have a coupon for a free drink before these armed escorts take me off.
Flying's been pretty exciting lately. You've seen all the like near misses. There's been some drama, but there's a few that I think one of them was a Delta flight, but I don't think it wasn't Delta's fault.
Delta had to fucking dodge and drop 500 feet in an instant because a fucking B-52 bomber was flying overhead.
If you're in one of those situations, and I think it would be funny as a line, because people would say, "Oh, thanks, Obama," but if you're in a near-death collision at an area, say in that moment, say thanks, Trump. Because he's actually the one who's made flying a little bit more dangerous by getting rid of people and shit. So I don't know if it'd be funny, but try it.
All the Trump jokes, and let's really hammer down on the Epstein while it's hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I haven't had no ideas.
Actually, I wrote, and I hated myself for writing it. By the way. This is a fucking banner moment for me in my career. I'm 2 pages away from finishing a notebook. I don't know I have a stack of notebooks, 25, 30, 35 notebooks for my career. And I'm going to finish a notebook. Like you never finish them. Like you next to it, you start with a new one.
For the first time.
It's like getting a Trapper Keeper when you're like, I pick what color? Yeah. All right, I haven't had a pink cover before.
I usually just get ashamed of one. It's not a comedy notebook, but just a regular psychotic person notebook. And then I just get like, oh, fuck, I need to be a new person now. Let me try that again.
If you tore out all that paper you have, like in the back of notebooks, and then put it in a 3-ring binder and like gave it to a first grader, he would still have fucking paper at the end of fucking 12th grade. It's like I have so many. I have like 100 notebooks and like 5 pages, 10 pages. I took them all that I could find to this winery, and it's like I got there, it just opened. I sat outside. I had a flight of white wines, and it was just perfect. I opened one of the notebooks, and then 2 fucking ladies sat down and started lady chatting loud. And then one of them starts pulling out bags of stuff and crinkling loudly. And everything was
if you don't
perfect.
Know, my biggest thing is mouth sounds that annoy me in a quiet space. Andy is crinkling bags, and it's so hard to remember.
Bags, plastic bags, just excessive crinkling.
Everything fucking crinkles, and I forget that. Like occasionally, I'm very good at it most of the time.
Yeah.
But like on the road, like I got gummy bears. And then I realize I'm crinkling, and then he puts on his headphones, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, my wife used to know it and then forgot it, and then occasionally remembers it. But it's just like, I've evolved so far beyond, of course you're going to crinkle those fucking bags loudly when I'm putting, I can't defend myself. I wish he had something like that I could do that bothered her. Well, I do. I have lots of them, but putting dishwashes in the dishwasher differently than she does really bothers her. Touching any of her shit in her bathroom. She was like, have you happened to see my tweezers? And she knew, like, I've never touched them before, but they're missing, and she's looking for it. Like, and then I lie about it, because it's like, I don't know. Yeah, how do you think I'm feeding them birds? How do you think I'm feeding that mashed up worm?
That's funny, because Bingo spotted a fucking giant scorpion in the kitchen, like underneath the little dip underneath on the edging or whatever it's called, and she's like, "You get it. You have shoes on." And I'm like, "I get fucking scorpion spray. We'll just spray it. Don't leave me alone with it." She's fucking 10 feet away. So I sprayed it down with the scorpion spray, and it starts dying, and then it runs, and then it dies, and I spray it again, and then I picked it up with fucking kitchen tongs. Ugh. She's like, "We use those to eat." I'm gonna wash it. I'm not gonna put a Raid-soaked fucking.
Still.
All right, so yeah, I guess I'm a murderer too. Sorry, PETA, for sponsoring this.
Yeah.
I used to have a joke when I was a young comic about PETA. What about crabs? In fact, I think I wrote to them back when I was doing prank letters. Hey, I got crabs, but I'm also a person, a PETA member. Should I relocate them to a better home? Yeah, what's your stance on crabs, PETA? There was no response. And I bet scorpions are probably, I think Tracy was the one that. Go ahead, Andy.
I was just wondering. I know it's been so long since I've heard of anybody that's. Maybe we just don't talk about it anymore, or maybe because everybody's shaving their assholes and pussies. But are there crabs anymore? So that used to be a concern, is using a public toilet and getting crabs.
Yeah, we just don't hang out with that marketplace anymore. That demographic has left us. People who get laid a lot, that they'd come into contact. Yeah, they go see Matt Rife.
Well, and also, I don't know how it works with these younger people, but I would imagine they're not like tweeting, "Hey, I got crabs." So, I mean, I don't know how you would hear about it.
But even as a thing, they go, like, I hope you get crabs, or it's if it's still out there, it's lost. Their PR person.
It's like a TikTok trend.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get the clap. That's just to fuck with Alex's editing.
What happened there?
It's yeah. I think crabs is like to me, it's like my mom used to say, if I left mayonnaise on the counter, I'd get botulism. And I don't know if that's true. Probably it could be true, but I've never gotten botulism. And I used to hear that if you don't wipe off the toilet seat with clean it before you sit down on a public toilet, you could get crabs. So I guess I've been lucky.
Well, AIDS, we all remember where people shitted over a toilet because of AIDS.
Oh, I used to, okay, this is a hacky old thing, but you actually can get AIDS from a toilet seat. You just have to sit down on the guy that's already on the toilet.
Yeah. That was popular in the AIDS days.
I know.
You said
it's like a
kind of
Scooby-Doo
hacky
joke.
instead of old street joke.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like we were talking. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking, and with your hair, it was like I heard he's still alive, but Jay Wendell Walker. I wonder if you could do an Ozzy Osbourne with Jay Wendell Walker, is put him on a chair for one last show.
Well, Ron Reed lives. He's the booker. All these comics that we knew when we were kids, starting out, triple gig era, like, and they were. I mean, they were has-beens at the time, like, but they were older. So he gave. But Ron Reed would book a lot of these guys from the Pacific Northwest that keeps in touch with them. And where are we now is the idea for the podcast. But just reach out to. Well, he's probably not one of the guys. Kid Dave Miller came to mind. Like all those guys that were ubiquitous throughout the early 90s. And they're still like cranking it out in fucking Corvallis or someplace. Right.
Well, I would like to hunt down Tree.
Yeah,
I would be fascinated with Tree as I was in a head-on collision between gigs with Tree, and I told him, and he didn't. It was just like, I mean, like it wasn't. He didn't seem shocked. Surprised, worried. It was just like, and not even indifferent. He was just like matter of factly, like I almost died on the way there.
For the viewer, if you can find Tree the comedian, it's just so difficult to Google.
Yeah,
his name was Michael something. But for the audience sake. Tree is the guy, if you didn't know Chad Shank and he was giving you dirty looks in a bar, you'd go, Tree, fucking watch out for this, because he's this giant, shaved-headed, imposing, like if you did Chat GPT, forgive me, the most imposing, bald Nazi-looking fuck. He looks like American History X, the fucking director's cut.
Hills have eyes, guy.
Yeah,
kind of little, a little toned down. Hills have eyes. He wasn't quite as deranged looking, but he was very intimidating, dude. We'd wear leather pants, and. He was.
I thought I was for sure that Mimsy would be trying to find any picture of Tree stand-up comedy.
But then it's just like a Tree, donated for stand-up comics day or some. I think Lisa Young told me about a Tree they were planting for somebody. Anyway, Tree's one of those guys that doesn't even exist outside of the 80s comedy world. Is he could have completely given up comedy. He could have died. Nobody knows any. He's like that on Animal House at the end. Whereabouts unknown. I don't know if anybody knows what happened.
Hang on, Dean Olson. You know Dean Olson. I think you're the guy that hit me to his problem that he had later in life. But he was one of the first headliners I worked with on a triple gig. And I think it might have been Eugene. It was in Oregon where I ate fucking just such a massive wheel of cheese. I remember Robert Hawkins saying, just ate off the wheel of cheese, just death for 25 minutes. Back when you go, I could cut this short. No, I get hired for 25 minutes. I have to look at my watch because otherwise I might not get paid. And then he went up after me and said, God, that guy sucked, didn't he? Like, I'm not trying to, but that guy was terrible. And just kept pounding the rock about how bad I was. And it was the only thing that made me feel good about my set was how many laughs he was getting off of it. Like, kind of like a heckler thinks he's helping the show because he interrupts it and you shit him down. I helped you. No, I got applause. You got nothing.
And Dean Olson went on to be the voice of Fred Myers That's not a national chain, but he was what's on your list today? He is a very smooth radio voice, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what happened to that guy.
Aren't you the guy that told me about?
He did. Yeah, there was some burning down of office building or some situation involving crack cocaine.
Yeah, I wasn't referring to the Fred Myers gig. I was referring to he's cracked out of his head and burned down his office building.
Yeah.
And then got in touch with me after 30 years.
Yeah, that's probably when he stopped working for Fred Myers. Possibly.
that was his Aflac moment. Gilbert Gottfried just made an inappropriate tsunami joke, but Dean Olsen burned down a whole...
Yeah.
Are you packing up? Do we have to wrap this up?
No, I'm just getting the shit from under my feet from the computer.
Oh, I brought my brought my broom and mop because the floor is filthy here. Do you want me to do chores during the podcast?
I was going to propose. Are you bringing the red merch bag and trading it for my bag that I had? But you're probably already packed.
I packed your bag.
Okay, so I'll pack that red bag, and then we'll swap.
Yes,
we can sit. We can sit next to each other on a bench and just switch bags.
Holy fuck!
The eagle flies at dawn.
Oh
yes, but monkeys throw feces at one another. Swap bags, newspaper.
Yeah, for once we can swap bags in front of Bingo.
For once, like I haven't seen that.
Unload our sacks.
God damn it! Chad Shank just went out to go piss, and we should have all had a big conversation about how gay he is. But he only has to watch the podcast to see what people say behind your back.
I don't know which gay part I did, but I might.
Well, we could have said something about you behind your back to make up for that he's gay thing. I say this. I drink out of a goblet of wine. $4.49 on clearance.
Chad is probably the least gay guy I know, but not in a overtly man way neither.
Yeah, I'm accidentally not gay. And if I were gay, I have the greatest beard of all time. So
if I was getting sucked off and I started suspecting it was a different situation than I thought, I'd politely let them finish, pay them.
Hang on. He's talking about his beard, meaning his wife, Jenny, from Southeast Asia. You know who also had a mail order bride from Southeast Asia? Pat Spleen.
Oh.
So what are you really hiding? What are your crimes, says the Scientologist.
Well, my mail order bride was already in the United States for us since she was a kid.
Technicalities.
So the same way, I don't think.
You know what?
Although she still might get deported. I don't know. I have to wait until the next South Park to catch up on my news. I don't really watch the news, but I'm just going to take their word for it.
Everybody watched the South Park to the point where I should have known to lower my expectations. Mimsy said the same thing the other day at free lunch. She's like, I wish I hadn't heard so much about it and Andy was the first one at 6:43 in the morning texting me, you got to watch the new South Park. The ending is the best. Well, I don't know what the ending is going to be. So I thought there might be something after what was the ending. Yeah. And all right.
Jenny and I watched it. When it came on at 10:30 at night, she woke me up. I instead of falling asleep in the recliner, I went over and fell asleep in her lap on the couch and told her, "Don't let me miss the South Park." So she woke me up at 10:30, and I could watch as it came out. So I was glad that I did because, like I said, I didn't have any sort of, I was trying. But
you had to do Chad had to do what I had to do, which was rewatch it with Bingo. And then and I was high as fuck. And you had the same situation when you watched it with your kids. So I go in and I kept pausing the thing to explain to her.
No, it was miserable.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Fuck, and then you ruined half of it.
Why-
Like, has this happened yet? Is it an electric car yet? No. You fucking asshole.
Well, I did. I did realize at some point. But the one thing I was right. I told him that I was the most annoying person in the world. Don't worry. I took full blame for being high, knowing what you're not going to get. But the one thing is, I said, do you have closed caption on? Because when Jesus is fucking mumbling, we both have shit hearing or shit sound system.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They didn't really want you to hear that.
But she also, what he was muttering was things she doesn't know about, like them taking over Paramount Plus and canceling Colbert because of it, and 60 Minutes and the time bomb. And I was just kept pausing to explain. She goes, "Can I just watch it?"
It was awful. The worst experience with Stanhope ever.
All right. Write that down. The worst experience with Stanhope ever was South Park. So everything else is under the bar, limbo like me. So, I fucked your mother. But remember South Park? Where I tried to explain? Yeah. It's written down. Posted on the wall.
You fucked
Satan used to date Saddam.
I guess so. I forgot.
It's already too long past. None of us actually remember details of it by the time this goes out.
I just love the ballsiness of signing that huge contract they just signed and then shitting on the company that. I loved it when Letterman used to do it.
Yeah.
He'd take shots at NBC back in the day, and then he took shots at CBS. It's just fun. But that man, they really said fuck you to the company there.
Everything I've seen, like on news headlines, I don't read past headlines, but everything I see seems to be focused on like the Trump. He said he had a tiny penis in this headlines, but really, Trump was to me. It seemed like he was more just like a pawn in the fuck you to the fucking network, that they bought. That was the funny part to me, was that they could use him as I don't know. I don't know that much about all of it, so I'm pretty dumb.
Yeah, I don't read subtext, and that's another job.
I don't know, but I should have read this label because it probably says not to drink all at once.
Does it have a serving size, like a nutritional value, like everything has?
They have a picture of the can crushed up being used as an ashtray with a joint in it, with a circle around it saying, "Hey, don't chug all this while you smoke a joint."
It has this kind of a fucking stupid. I had to stab it to open it.
Yeah. We've already been over that on a different podcast where you were in Oslo and stole a steak knife and got caught. So
that was
to puncture open a can. But that was in Oslo where you have a good excuse for not having a pipe. You live in your house and you're in it.
No, but this is I don't know, these weed drinks, at least the ones here, have a complicated opening system that requires something that that's why I stabbed the top.
But why are you smoking pot out of it when you have plenty of pipes?
No, I can't, because normally I'd use that for. I couldn't open it, so it didn't have
I thought
an
he was
opening.
smoking out of it.
So did I at first, but I think
so the only way I crushed it so I could use it to dust the joint. So it became a shitty ashtray.
All right.
It's maybe
on its way
out.
Before we were recording, Chad asked about, and you said, it's 100 milligrams.
But
it's a drink. I get it now.
50 is probably a good one.
Well, you have to go drive around and do projects now, you said.
No, I don't think I'm gonna, because I've been watching.
You're really close to a bath.
There's these ads on TV now where people are, oh man, I'm too high. I probably shouldn't drive. And maybe I'm too high to drive, but it'll shake off in about 10 minutes. But anyway, don't drink and drive. Wait, That's not a sponsor.
Yesterday, or maybe it was the day before yesterday, I got high so that I could go to the dispensary. And then my dad called me and wanted to visit for a little while. And talked to him for about 45 minutes.
Oh, so you have had family members visit you?
Well, on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, he called me.
All right.
And then I sat down. Then Jenny was awake and coming out. So I visited with her for a little while. So it was about an hour and a half. And I was like, well, fuck, I got high to go to the dispensary and then got sidetracked. And now I have to get high again to go to the fucking dispensary. And
that's one thing you don't deal with alcohol is you never go, oh shit, I have to get drunk again. Like you're drunk, and then the next day you're not.
Drunker.
I can probably get away with getting pulled over when I'm high, but no. Although what I do, my new thing is I call them. I joke with Jenny until I have to give me a chilauda on my way. I stop and then I get me a giant beer with tomato sauce in it and drink that on my way
tomato
to the
juice,
dispensary, whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah, spaghetti sauce.
I don't read the
vodka and spaghetti sauce
ingredients. They're kind of salty. And I drink that on the way to the dispensary. Then I go to the dispensary, and then I make the circle back, and then I stop at another Circle K, and I get me another one. And that way I feel more relaxed in case of road rage. I'm less prone to... It's like a road rage seatbelt. Like, I don't want to... Like, if I'm less prone to road rage if I have an open container in my hand on the way to town.
Hang on. Where... I've noticed a dearth of our old fucking crazy people fans. Like, we still have them. No offense, I want to address you again. I'm not mocking you, but when you use 40-year birthday and I can't live with my parents, buy me a plane ticket, it's open for a bit of mockery. We understand the place that you're in, but yeah, you can't... He wants to come out and make a living by being a guest.
By his name,
do you think we're making a living by doing this?
By his name, I assumed the entire email was a
what's his name? Coot? I expected that guy.
Yeah, Cooter.
Cooter. Yes, Cooter Rat. I expected that guy, not a 40-year-old guy working in hospice, doing God's work.
Cooter would never ask for a place or a plane ticket.
Well, he wouldn't know where he's going.
Watching old people die, taking their order and feeding it to them.
Yeah. That's why we need comedy hospice as a thing.
Yeah. Potatoes.
We might have to bring back Brian Hannigan. Get us these gigs. Chad Shank is going to leave his... by the way, I talked to Bobby. We're in Michigan. That show is sold out, by the way. The one Bobby's going to be on. He's getting out of prison after 12 and a half years in Michigan. And he's... and I've been listening to his podcast. It's really fucking good. He's such a fucking sharp guy.
Yeah.
So we're picking him up from prison, and then we're spending our last 2 days of that run in October in Gaylord, Michigan. They pronounce it Gaylord.
Watching Bobby shower.
I'll tell you some details that are a surprise for Bobby, but we'll be there to film him getting out. Then we go to the gig. He's got to go to his hometown to check in with his PO and meet us at the gig. So he's going to go from doing time to doing time. He's going to do a set, and that show in the middle of fucking nowhere, Michigan, Gaylord. They don't want to say Gaylord. Gaylord. It's pronounced.
There was people trying to talk about it in the Twitch stream one day, and they kept flagging them. It wouldn't show the word. They were like, "What? I'm trying to tell you about the show that I'm going to."
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's it at? Faggot Town.
Yeah. Just think of Queer God.
So now the only show that has tickets in Michigan is Midland, Michigan. That's the night before we pick up Bobby from prison. And then we spend a couple days at this resort.
I'm looking forward to it. I've never actually been to Midland, and I've heard so many things about it.
It's not even midway through the state. Gaylord is midway through. They should swap names.
Your hair looks like, unironically,
a lot of people have to move.
Barry. You look like Barry Cullen
from Harvey's in Portland.
Yeah,
I'm taking a twist of fate.
Yeah, now it's more. That's more Hitler.
That does look like Hitlerish. That's fucking great.
I tried to grow a Hitler mustache, but because of my lip, it's still my big teeth are
Hold
more
still.
apparent.
I think that's how most people's mustache ends. Is you go, all right, I'm going to just try a Hitler for a little bit and see how.
It's a Chaplin.
Speaking of Hitler, Duncan Trussell, he was trying to convince me that to be a fascist. I know he's just fucking around, but he goes, fascism's the thing to do now, right? So I think he was fucking with me. I took a picture where we're both doing a Hitler salute of sorts, but we were laughing. So
hang on, because we ran into Duncan Trussell on the streets in Vegas when we went to Skankfest, and I was adamant about don't film people. I bring fucking Alex out to film, but when I'm not asleep on a lawn for 8 hours on mushrooms, I'm also saying don't film comics, like unless they agreed to be on a thing, So, goddamn, what's my point?
You're high.
Duncan Trussell street corner.
What's that?
Duncan Trussell on the street corner.
I was I was throwing it him to cut to. We ran into him on the street in Vegas and filmed where I was like, fuck government. No, you have to. So he had a giant agenda, which this is all cut out by now. He's just cutting to that.
Definitely. There's this dude who's a glass blower in town here who he says he's not political, and then, but he's
better
anyway. That
I want to know what everybody
he's going
thinks.
on about, like people who go on about, I don't pay attention to politics, and then rants on about different sides of it and shit. It's like when people say they're atheists and then they give you their atheist agenda. It's like, man, if you're not anything, then why are we even talking about it?
Well, you can't help but know a little bit about it. It's just, that's why I appreciate Stanhope moving all the magazines in the grocery aisle, so you don't have to know about a lot of shit, because sometimes that's the only way you know about it.
This guy was
Andy
mad
froze
about,
up. So in the meantime,
he blows
He
glass
throws up
for a living.
mid-Hitler salute, too. That's
about
what's
this
fucked
guy
up
who made
about
a very
that.
cool sign that had
honey, my
Trump
hair
in a
had
diaper
fell.
with a Hitler mustache and said pedophile on it. I'd say that's a cool statement.
Andy, I'm not with you with that, man. I don't agree,
But
buddy.
we're rebuffering.
I don't think he's
Reconnect
doing
him.
that.
Face front.
Reconnect him.
Yeah, I don't want to look like Hitler when he's doing these speeches. All right. Okay.
Just front for a minute.
Bangs.
You need bangs.
Maybe we should clip my bangs.
You need some bangs.
All right, I was going to keep going with that. In the meantime, while he's fixing Andy,
Oh, we died. It wasn't.
I don't know
Andy.
if anyone here is addicted to fucking Chad Shank's Twitch stream. Like, we have it going overnight, even in the other room.
Every night. It's good.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we never say this, but I've been on some YouTube Jags. Like, subscribe, and comment. Maybe we'll get into an algorithm one day where other people see us other than you.
It's a whole science. Algorithms are a whole fucking new science.
Yeah, and I don't learn new things.
Oh, I started to look into it, and then I decided I didn't care.
In the late 80s, I hooked up a VCR. That was the last thing I did. But the fucking now you are like you have to like you had to pass a class now you're a radio operator.
I am indeed an amateur radio operator who participates in active nets.
And you had to film your compound or some shit?
When I took the test, you have to take your webcam, show your computer, your desk, behind you, your chair. And then I did it, and one guy didn't see it. He had to do it again. I didn't see it. What the fuck are you guys think I'm going to do with this? And even as it is,
but first of all, this is not like a legal thing.
So
these are guys, if you want to join our group.
No. It's a FCC. It's legal.
Oh, shit.
It's a legal thing. The problem with it is nobody gives a fuck. It's a bunch of old guys. It's a dying hobby. And
I have their names written down.
I have a bunch of them.
Frank and Jimmy.
That's my favorites.
That's why I wrote it down when you were telling me on the phone.
There's repeaters that go, like one here in Bisbee on Mule Mountain, one on Mount Lemmon in Tucson. They go all the way into Texas, all across Arizona, and everybody can talk to each other, even if there was an emergency where these are mostly solar run repeaters, I think. Otherwise, it really doesn't make any sense. But
thank you. I just glossed over like when Chaley would tell me about fucking.
I know you are. I was talking to other people, but it's I forgot my point too.
No, Frank.
But anyway, yes, people can talk to each other. Well, there's one guy. It's all kind of autistic people. They don't know how to talk to each other, and it's ironic because it's a whole thing that revolves around talking to each other. And so there's a guy, Frank, that I like. He said before he had a TBI in the past, and so he'll tell things like he'll be like, someone broke into my apartment and they stole my radio manual. I have to call the police, and then you have to really pay attention because it's weeks later that you just happen to catch him again. Go, I gotta call the police. Someone broke into my apartment again. They didn't take anything, but they took 2 razors from my go bag, and they put my radio manual back in the middle of a stack of papers. So I gotta call the cops, and then I switch it over to the scanner, and you hear, we need a police to go to village apartments because somebody broke into this guy's apartment, and I'm like, that's fucking Frank.
So yeah, we listen to this religiously because it's Cochise County, so it's sheriff, so it encompasses, it's not just Bisbee. It's not like the police.
Sierra Vista Police, Bisbee Police, Cochise County Sheriff.
Yeah, they all chime in.
Yeah.
And in the morning, you get the weather guys and your crazy guys. But then there's another crazy guy, Jimmy.
So Jimmy is a guy who just started chiming in on the weather thing in the morning. And he was like, yeah, you got Jimmy here. And I thought it was just Frank talking in another voice and for a long time because I'm like, that guy, because they both
same crazy.
They're the same crazy, and they have the same kind of story because they'll be like, yeah, I got no wheels, and they use the same terminology. I got no wheels. I'm on foot. I'm walking around. But one guy's in Tucson and one guy's in Sierra Vista, and so then the other day, Frank will call out, and it was the day that he said that someone broke into his house and brought his radio manual back. So I was like, Frank is he's not on keel today. This will be great. So he came and said, anybody want to talk with me? Well, I don't, but I want to hear somebody else talk with him. So I'm like, someone talk to Frank, and a chick comes in. She's real nice. There's a lot of older people who are really polite, and they tolerate Frank, and they, it's a neat kind of community for probably what is a bunch of racists, but it's a weird dynamic we live in these days. But they're very tolerant of.
I almost spit up my hair on that.
So recently Frank wanted we have a swap meet on Friday morning, and Frank was like, someone stole my charger for my radio. I can't talk to you guys anymore unless I have a charger for the radio. So I told Frank, hey, go to that Amazon bin store that they have in Sierra Vista now. It's a horrible cesspool, but they do have power sources of all kinds. I went in there once. And he's like, no, that's not really what I'm looking for. these guys know what I want. Like Frank just shunned me. Like I'm not part of the group yet. Don't talk to me. And he's like, I want somebody. I was hoping someone would give me one, and they did. Someone bought him one and gave it to him so he could be on the radio because I think they know that's his fucking thing. But anyway, Jimmy is the same guy, but he's in Tucson and has the same stories. And then few minutes later, Jimmy called out to talk to someone, and fucking Frank queued up, and it was like a dream come true. I was like, it's the Jimmy and Frank show. And they went on. Both of them ended up cussing and having to apologize for it. You're not allowed to cuss on FCC rules for the radio. It was a fantastic ride. So that's my new favorite podcast. And
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, now hey, Andy's
I was
back.
fucking killing time. God damn.
Yeah,
Thanks, Andy.
hang on,
this
Andy.
thing keeps
That's twitch.com/HD_fatty. And I'll do it AMA. Ask me anything anytime I'm on.
Okay.
Thanks, Stanhope. That's fun.
Yeah,
My one device is fucking wounded, and I got it on the phone now. Yeah.
We're on the third device.
Yeah. It's,
We keep doing this, Andy's going to end up incommunicado.
The other one just says reconnecting, so it's just spinning, reconnecting.
All right, while you work on that, I will be telling you this is a light cream colored coat that will be on eBay shortly. That's right.
Oh, man.
Read the notes. This.
Great for summer cookouts.
Yeah. You know what? It goes great with anything. You put a purple shirt and a purple tie. A lot of people that buy these fucking sport coats show up, they look like clowns. They don't find something to accessorize. I have a brown striped shirt and a brown pattern tie, but it's okay to have stripes on pattern as long as you have a flat colored coat. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't show up in Vegas with plaid on fucking paisley.
There's
Don't show up.
There's nerd clothes gatekeeping in 2025.
Fuck yes.
Hey, I wanted to say too, speaking of nerds
Chris,
who get
I had
the
to
thing,
call out once.
Seth Brashear sent a picture of his wedding, and his whole wedding party is in fucking coats. I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, one of them. Well, no, they all fit well, so I knew only one of them was bought by me. Was that Seth?
Yeah.
All right, because I fucking liked it. I might have commented. Speaking of like and comment and subscribe to whatever fucking thing. Just go to my Twitter stream or fucking interact. Comment on whatever fucking you can find on Instagram or Reddit. Yeah, just fuck. Yeah, we need to get in a goddamn algorithm. I'm thinking I might do one more year and just do fucking, I don't know.
Remember back when you started comedy and you're like, one day I'll make it to the point where I'm just asking people for interactions so that my algorithm will be the world is weird now, man.
Yeah, it's,
You're selling t-shirts, man.
We need new merch.
When you're on your deathbed, you won't care how many clicks you're getting. I'm trying to throw some Duncan Trussells at you.
How are the shows?
I went purposely into the green room and then I watched it on the monitor, and so I couldn't really hear the crowd. And I listened to a couple of his bits, but there was a packed room. And then the second show looked like and then I just hung out in between shows, and then I left when the second one started. Because I had so many other
earlier. Sorry,
that was a weird recap of the show. We just got Andy's timeline.
Earlier, Chad Shanks said that you look like Anderson Cooper, but right now you look like Dr. Drew, fucking full on.
I thought he looked more like Doc Brown. Back to the Future.
I didn't see that one.
Well, I've been hydrating, so I'm not getting a lot of steam.
You've never watched any of the Back to the Future movies?
No. I mean, I've seen.
I don't think Doug.
That's-
I think is it true? You haven't seen Star Wars either. Is that right?
No, E.T. I didn't see E.T.
Oh,
And
Man.
that was what was sacrosanct back in the day.
I
You
just
never
watched.
saw
I
E.T.
just watched E.T. last week.
Well, you get
Yeah.
grandkids now?
Yeah, that's why. You nailed it.
They like Old Yeller.
I might have just watched E.T. I watch more random shit than that sometimes. You just get in a mood. Now you have access to just whatever. I've watched on YouTube, just go and watch a series of commercials that were on during Saturday morning cartoons in the fucking 70s and 80s, which is things you hated at the time. Like I hated those commercials, and now you watch me like, look at, I remember that. That was weird.
Yeah, we just did a whole 70s binge of commercials, meals you can make that are no longer, I think we talked about it.
My dad and I were talking about, he has a cassette that he made off of the radio of just a bunch of songs, and I said
He still has it?
And
Hoarder.
we were checking it out, and I was like, yeah, you would hurry up and pause it during the commercials and the station breaks, and then you would just do the music. Now, you didn't realize then, I would love to have those station breaks and the commercials and like a time capsule.
Just that.
Yeah.
And not the show. It's like, like the people, it's a trope is people who, I just watched the Super Bowl for the commercials. Well, they were funny for like a couple of years, and then they just suck like every other commercial. I know Bill Burr had a great rant about that. Oh, sorry, Andy's with us.
No, I'm listening.
Well, we didn't know we'd have every song on demand at some point.
Yeah.
So the song would become the least important part of those, recordings. I would, listen to night tracks on the TV and hold my recorder to the TV.
Maybe we have a legal beef where we say, hey, I recorded this on my micro cassette on the radio, so I should have legal rights to this. And then we can have a soundtrack to this, which I'd never do. By the way, let me fucking say it here if I haven't said it a million times. On this tour, I'm closing or throwing in a couple of old bits to Taylor Swift my own act, which I don't own. I don't own No Refunds. I don't own Beer Hall Putsch, etc. So I'm going to be doing. I'll tell you on stage, but get ready for it.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, remember carrying when you felt like you owned your material, and then you'd have to buy it on disc and sell it.
Yeah, and it was like $9 a piece. Your cost.
Yeah. You were paying 10 for unit.
Yeah.
For a CD that people wanted to pay $10 for. And you go, well, if I sell it to you for 10, I ain't making any money. It's like telling everybody you got a bad car contract. Sorry, man.
Before I knew you guys, I listened to you. I had a job at the newspaper, and I would drive a lot, and I had XM radio, and I'd listen to the comedy channel, and I heard both of you guys on the comedy thing on XM a lot. Did you guys get money from that?
If anyone
stuff?
listens to XM, email me, Doug Stanhope. Let me know if you still listen to XM Raw Dog Radio, and if they play me. And if they don't, request me, because I get these checks.
That's what I was wondering, if you guys got checks from those.
I get a quarterly check from Sound Exchange where it doesn't tell me what it's for. Is this for like? I get my SAG-AFTRA check. I just got one for $7.11, and I go, we should put that on eBay. Because 7-Eleven, maybe that's unlucky at craps. I never learned craps. But 7-Eleven, it's a good number.
It's good. Mark,
it's more fun to sell the 14-cent checks, but 7-Eleven is lucky. Should we do that? All right, that's on sale for this podcast. Now I forgot my point again. Go ahead, Andy.
No, you got me with a forget too.
I think it was my point that we forgot. I think I was the one talking, but I forgot too. So
Well, you're behind me.
I don't know.
What was your point?
I don't know. That's what I said. I forgot too. But I think
I'm always high regardless.
I got it.
I keep blaming
got
that
it.
little tiny bit of edible, maybe 2 grams of fucking edible.
Well, this
2 ounces,
is
whatever
my
they are.
third joint that I'm smoking
I'm
directly next to.
We're going to fucking burgers right after this.
I'm swimming like Theo Huxley against the current on 100 milligrams of cream soda. But I was thinking of I looked up the money, or I got a thing. It said I was like, oh cool, I'm going to get some money from 800 Pound Gorilla for the comedy special Last Shot, filmed at the Fun House where you guys are sitting today. And it was on 800 Pound Gorilla, and they put it at the front of their jukebox for about a week. And then they buried it in the 45 record bin at the local record store. But I still owe them money on it. It's like a car. Like I'm gonna when I get the money, I'm just gonna say, can I just buy off my special?
When I was a young man and I did collections for a living for about 3 months. I was a collection agent. I was very funny before I did comedy. I was probably 20 years old. They would tell you.
It's
we lost Andy again. Okay. They would tell you hospital bills. They won't sue you because a hospital doesn't want to get a bad name. So hospital bills. They'll call and bother you, but they'll never sue you.
Yeah.
But I think those times have changed since 1986 or 84. I don't know.
You'd be surprised what you get away with on stuff.
Yeah.
I had a business loan that I had, and I told them they said I just didn't pay it.
In a different I did for a short time when I worked at a furniture place, I did repos, and I wasn't very good at it. I usually let people just slide. I'd go to their place and go, I'm supposed to take your fridge, and then they'd tell me why they didn't pay it or whatever, and I'd leave it.
Yeah, the point is 800 Pound Gorilla is not going to sue you. So,
Yeah. Oh.
Who read your contract for that?
I don't know.
Listen,
not me. I don't like
A
reading anything.
gorilla?
If I had high hopes for the future, I would still have Hennigan in my life. But I can just, for the gigs we're booking, I could just pick up the phone. But yeah, if there's a fucking 800 Pound Gorilla, I would have fucking Hennigan to look that over. You could at least passed it on to a friend.
Yeah, true. Anyway, but 5 more
All right,
payments.
we're going to
and
wrap this up because if you have to wander out into the owls, fucking communicate.
I keep.
Shit, we're going on 2 hours. This is issues with Andy.
What?
Hey, make
2
sure
hours. All right.
like, subscribe, and go. I miss. Stand-up should be replaced by who? Chaley or Erickson? In this issues with Andy, who do you go? Oh wait, I hate.
I suppressed at least 3 good podcast-worthy stories that I immediately forgot. I said, remember that in a second when you tell it. So that means that tune in the future, because I definitely have other good stories somewhere in my head that might come out in a future podcast.
I wrote down a bunch of. I started some of these. I'm like, we're not going to need this when Andy's on. I have notes if there is a issue with Andy. I have notes, so we go to Frank and Jimmy. Cut to Frank and Jimmy.
Sorry I didn't have a more succinct story about that, but it is kind of stupid.
I do have some bingo notes, but we've already covered those. Those were as a segue into bingo. I put a little bit of effort into this. Here he is.
I put all my. I wish I had energy for the podcast, but right now I'm neck deep on my comedy set.
Don't worry. We're gonna cover everything from Tucson Airport meeting you at your gate in San Francisco. This hotel, This hotel is a Marriott property 3 blocks away from the club. But it's under construction and has no bar, no restaurant, no breakfast. It's a Marriott vacation club, meaning they'll probably still try to sell us timeshare over the fucking jackhammers. But we got a deal.
The last time I got met by somebody at a gate in San Francisco
Solid.
airport.
Cut out again.
Solid.
Oh man.
Why don't you stay at the place where we could hear you?
I said the last time I flew into San Francisco airport and met somebody at the gate, it was somebody we all met in Florida.
Jay Kirshner?
No, Steve and Mr. Spleen. He'd meet me at the gate.
Back in the day.
I'd fly unattended. Yeah, I'd fly unattended.
I was going to say, when did you do a gig without me?
I haven't. I don't think I've ever flown into Frisco as a destination, except for when I get molested. So I hope Bingo's got her hands all lotioned up.
I love that you just said Frisco, because that is tantamount to shit talking the same way earlier you said New Orleans instead of New Orleans. And I was going to say, that's like calling San Francisco Frisco, but he did it.
Even I knew that.
Yeah.
At the time.
New Orleans.
Yeah, well, try pronouncing the Willamette River. Yeah.
I did fuck up Willamette.
Yep.
But.
As I did Worcestershire.
Hey, where's that podcast? That's a triple clap for you, sir.
That's easy to identify.
All right. We're gonna close this out, Andy.
All right.
We're gonna go get burgers at the Ballpark Brewery, which is for sale. If you want to buy the bar that I would be a regular at, buy the Ballpark Brewery right down the street.
Hey, Noah. I have a way that you could get yourself in the system here.
You don't have to live with your parents?
Buy the brewery burgers.
I got a
Who
great
knows?
idea.
Maybe we'll be doing podcasts right there at the burger place, man. All your dreams.
People like shows. People like TV shows with idiots.
That
and
was
they like
Andy
TV
Andrews.
shows with
Oh,
cooking.
here's back.
I'm so happy.
My pitch is you hire Derek and Kenny and tape the whole thing. Set up cameras and it's a reality.
Tape them doing anything. We keep coming up with these rhymes and schemes to do. You could just film them.
Yeah, well, you could just get those glasses and have Kenny just wear them on a run. That's why I said the last time I was here, like a roving reporter.
I know, you need Kenny's face in it. Yeah. Otherwise, you're relying on his talent. You need them filming each other with those glasses.
Kenny moves jerkily, too. You need a gimbal. It's very complicated.
Let's call Kenny and we'll maybe close it out. I'll get Kenny.
Kenny stopped by my place the other day.
Oh, well, he's family.
Yep. He texted me with his new number. The first time I've heard from him since his phone disappeared. He texted me with his new number, had to tell me, "This is Kenny, are you around?" And I knew that meant he was in the neighborhood, and I said, "Come on by."
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So we got high and visited.
You have mutual friends down that way. Forget that.
Well, his concubine, what do you call her? Kiefer.
Yeah,
she has family down
I did
the road.
watch that podcast from the happy hour last night. I forget what it's called, but it was very funny. Hi, we're ending a podcast, and you're on it on speakerphone, and then we're going to Ballpark Brewery, which friend Noah Fence is gonna buy, hopefully. So if you want to split some sliders, we'll be there in about 20 minutes.
All right. I'll make it.
Do you want us to pick you up?
No, I'll walk down.
It's 93 degrees out. All right. All right. If we're not there yet, get us our corner seats at the bar. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
I had several cassettes.
Can we close this with one of my old bits? Can we close every podcast with one of the old bits?
And I'm pointing at you. I got some shit going on. It's not bald. It's thinning, perhaps. There's fucking hair on it still. I wish it would rapid cycle down to the final product, but right now, this is a running argument with my girlfriend. Oh, you should put some sunblock on your bald spot. You're getting red. I go, it's not a bald spot. There's fucking hair on it, Bingo. That's hair. Bingo, your chest is bald. If this were growing on your chest, you couldn't find a man. So don't tell me that's a bald spot. And we took this argument to an extreme where one night, shit-faced, I don't even have to say I'm shit-faced in this story, you'll know. I went into the bathroom and I razor shaved my entire head to the bone, except for this spot right here. And I came out of the bathroom just laughing, so proud of myself. And I go, Bingo, where's my bald spot now? I want you to point to it. Point to it. What part of my head is now the bald spot? Can you see? Oh, is this my hairy spot now? Say it. Say it out loud. Say it with your mouth. That's your hairy spot, and I'm always wrong and you're always right. Say it. And I walked around with that haircut for at least 4 days or a week, till I thought I had rubbed in the point. And all my friends are going, what the fuck did you do to your head? What is it? What, did you lose a bet? You go, no, I won a bet. I won a bet with this haircut. This is now my hairy spot. It's a long story, but I won a wicked good bet. And then I thought, wouldn't it be fun to donate my hairy spot to a kid with cancer? Just to give back. Just show up at the Locks of Love challenge where everyone's giggling and it's all about me shaving my head. Find the kid that showed up late. Don't worry, little buddy. I got you covered right here. All that good celebrity hair is gone, but I stuck around knowing that your mom worked 2 jobs. Here you go. You want to wear this? You want to look like an elderly Jew who's still wearing his lucky yarmulke from when he was 13, and now it's all threadbare and wispy, but you gonna wear that pompadour of shame into your little tiny grave? Because I'll shave it off for you. But that's not good enough for a kid with cancer. Because they're rude, like you, eating disorder girl. She already went to throw up a meal somewhere. I don't fucking know. They don't even serve food here. It's some ghost reflex. She has to throw up nothing. I know you and your fucking kid with cancer, you have bad days, but don't take it out on people like me who are trying to give by being insulting. All right, I gotta move this. Please hold.